Mondays, your weekly dose of inspiration here at Hyper Island. My name is Echo. I'm the Innovation Manager here at Hyper Island. And today I'm going to talk about what it means to organize innovative teams in our work every day. So today we're going to unpack innovative teams, and we've been doing a lot of experiments in Hyper Island, and have learned a lot as well in our everyday work. What does it mean to really organize that innovation for us? I think it's important that you go for the right framework or the right tools. So instead of saying we're just going to go for a Kanban board because this is what everybody else uses, or we're just going to go for sprints, make sure you choose the right framework for your team and the right level of tools. So some examples here. We started off running sprints. And a 2-week sprint. And then we thought, we could, in 2 weeks, everybody has to finish these tasks, and we'll do a review afterwards. And then it turned out that actually a lot of the tasks were ongoing, and also a lot of the tasks couldn't be finished on time, and they kept sort of changing because we were experimenting at the same time. So it turned out that it was easier for us if our team was more iterative. So we would ship versions instead of forcing everyone to define their tasks every week. And so we moved from like Trello and Jira kind of tools to a more project management tool. We're using Basecamp now. Basecamp is basically like a tick list, but then you get to create lots of to-do lists, and it's much simpler for a smaller team like ours. For small teams, there are also tools like Padlet and Miro, or even if you're like in a physical space, we used to do this and it worked for a while. So if you have like physical post-its and you're in the office every day with each other, this could be something that could be a really good reminder. So the second thing is that you need to set a realistic routine and implement it, every time, even if you have just 1 or 2 people who can attend it. At the beginning, it might feel a bit forced, but having that routine will allow the space for people to give themselves the space to step into that ideation or more innovative mindset, to think out of their daily work and think, oh, what can I do more, or what can I do differently? So set a realistic routine, and by realistic I mean, if you have like a stand-up that you already do, which is what we do, we occupy that stand-up, and we say in that stand-up every week on a Wednesday, we're going to do this. But that's not to say that you don't change things. So once you start, a certain routine or a certain framework that you feel like works for your team, to make sort of the changes as you begin. Don't try and be perfect. Start something and make the changes. So you might start with a bi-weekly meeting, and then you realize, oh, you know what, that's too often or too late for some things to get finished. So you go back to 1 week, or you stretch it out. So, but start with something with the mindset that, we're trying this out. Let's all be experimental about it, and let's make changes as we begin. The fourth point I have here is that, above all that, so have a routine, have a thing going, make sure you're already working on a project, a platform, a framework, and then a retrospect, a way for people to give feedback. And then, but below all that is really the spirit of a team sport. So, you work towards people's needs. If one person is not aligned in the team, it means no one is aligned. We need to go towards everyone's needs and think about, does this work for you? Does this work for you? And of course, we are a small team, so this works for us. And there might be other methods for bigger teams, but in a small innovation team, it's important to understand what each of the member is. What does innovation mean for them, and what kind of help do they need? Are they on board? Why are they not on board? And to sort of talk to people and allow them to speak for themselves and find their own roles and ideas in your drive. And when you're commenting on the results, try and come back with the language of we. For example, if we are all working together on performance marketing, and it's not quite working. So instead of saying, I think what you have done is not working, try and come up with a language of, I think we can do better at this and I can help. So I can work together with you as a team to make this better. Be a team in this team sport. And when you're trying to help improve something that your teammate has proposed or has done, and be a part of that team and offer help. So instead of saying today we're going to discuss a very narrow problem, we're going to improve how this ad attracts women. Instead of saying that, create space for people to give inspirations and define the problem themselves. So to say, how can we improve this performance marketing drive? And people might come back with, oh, I think we should think about men. We should think about a younger audience. Don't start the meeting with, I think we should target women better, as an example. But all in all, this is like Hyper Island are learning from the last year or so that we've been running as a team to try and be more innovative with the way we learn with our teams. And I think there are lots of different types of teams. And the most important thing here is that the teams should look into what works best for us and be more human-centric in the way that, or people's teammate-centric in the way that you approach this kind of organizing. And innovation is not ideation. It's about doing it every day, about implementation and organization, much more than it is about ideation. So that's my sharing for the day.
So that's it for today's Curious Mondays. If you like the content, remember to subscribe to our channel, give this video a thumbs up, and stay curious for the whole week. See you next week. Bye.